Good morning, my name is Bradley Scott, and today I will be talking to you about the proper way of storing meats and food in your refrigerator. For the past 10 years, I have been in food service, including and not limited to managing, storing, and issuing out food, along with inspections and the cleanliness of all foods. The purpose of what I'm talking to you today in my presentation is how many of us love food? Everyone loves food. We have to have it to live. But not only that, a lot of us are what are called foodies, people that enjoy eating. Well, did you know that in the average American household spends $5,000 a year on groceries? Yeah, it's a lot. So when you're spending that money, you want to make sure that when you bring it home, that it is contained and it is properly stowed so it doesn't go bad and it doesn't expose bacteria to the rest of your food. Today I will be going through a couple of slides during my presentation to inform you and to educate you on the proper way of storing food. The purpose of this lecture is to make sure that everyone is educated. For the past couple of years, bacteria and germs has ran wild among our world. To make sure that we have proper sanitation and cleanliness in the world, we have to be educated. That way we can educate others. The overview today will be cleanliness and temperature. We will talk about the proper way to clean your refrigerator and the temperatures that go along with it. The proper method to store your food, top to bottom and side to side. That way nothing ever gets exposed or cross-contaminated. And then we will talk about food inspection. The way to make sure that your food is properly cleaned and stored. That way it doesn't contaminate any other foods. After that, we will go through our conclusion and I will give you my references. Cleanliness and temperature, something that most people don't often think about. They think that the refrigerator is running and everything is fine. But most people don't know is what's called the safe zone. The safe zone is 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the proper temperature to store your food in your refrigerator. That way, it doesn't spread germs and you can continue to use it and eat it as long as it is good. The temperature danger zone, however, is 41 degrees to 135 degrees Fahrenheit. In this zone, germs and bacteria multiply in just the short amount of time of 20 minutes. It can multiply itself over and over, causing exposure to your food and the rest of the food in your refrigerator. The materials that you will need for this, everyone has soap and water, but two other key items that a lot of people don't know is bleach. Bleach kills 98% of all bacteria and germs. It is easily used and it is easily cleaned up. You will also need a container of baking soda to store in your refrigerator when you are done. Baking soda, however, in a container or a box with the open lid source, the baking soda will absorb and contain the germs within the container. You should change these out once every 2 to 3 weeks in your refrigerator. Next, we will talk about the inspection. Everybody gets food from the grocery store. We look at our apples, our avocados, our bell peppers, but do you happen to think how many people touch those items before you actually get them? Most of us think about it, we wash it a little bit before we cut it up, but we don't wash them before we store them. And that's how bacteria can generate. The things that you need to be aware of is when you get this food, including meats, that the packaging that it comes with, you don't know how long it's been sitting there. You don't know if the temperature at the grocery store is proper or if it is the correct temperature, along with all of the hands that are touching it. And we know some people don't wash their hands, and that's gross. When you bring your food home, don't just throw it in your refrigerator assuming that it's fine. Make sure that you take and you look at it thoroughly. The way that the economy is right now, we want to make sure that we save every bit of the money that we can for the money that we have earned. Check your container If your meat is in a plastic container or styrofoam, some of that plastic wrap will come off. Bacteria and bugs can get it. Make sure that you undo that and put it in a Ziploc bag. If it's going in the freezer, you can drain the air out, zip it up, put it away, and it's great. If you're gonna put it in your refrigerator, make sure that you thoroughly look through it because we don't wanna let anything be exposed. As your fruits and vegetables, make sure that you wash them off if you can, and make sure you dry them off with a paper towel. When you store them in your refrigerator, make sure you use a paper towel. We will discuss that soon. And then check your original packaging for its date before you buy it. Next, we will be talking about top to bottom and side to side. The easiest and probably the most efficient way to store food. When you have whole meats or whole fish, say we're salmon or pollock or cod or beef rounds, pig shoulder, you name it, the big chunks of pieces that may take one hand or two hands, those are gonna go on your top shelf. Reason being is because the top of your shelf is going to be the warmest because heat rises, right? Right. Next, we will do chunks. Chunks could be anything from your bacon slices to beef tips. You might have chopped lobster in there, crab, what have you. And then next, as we go down the list of our refrigerator, we will be looking at ground beef, ground turkey, ground chicken, the smaller pieces, you want to keep them within that safety zone that you can, that way that they have less time to be exposed to bacteria. And then next, we will talk about our vegetables and our fruits. Make sure that your fruits and your vegetables are separated. Most people don't know tomato is actually a fruit, but we store it with our vegetables. Any onions that you have, make sure that you keep them out of your refrigerator because they can leak toxins all into the rest of your food and force the bacteria and the germs to multiply. In conclusion, we have talked about your cleanliness and the temperatures. Everyone knows our safety zone temperatures. That's right, 32 degrees to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And the danger zone is what? Good, correct. It is 41 degrees to 135 degrees Fahrenheit. We want to make sure we keep them within there. We've discussed food inspection, your quality, and make sure that you change containers if needed or if you would like. And then we talked about the proper method of how to store your food from top to bottom, side to side. It's easy, it's like a song, we'll never forget it. I hope that I have helped educate you and as well as I would like, and now that you feel that you are prepared to spread the word, not germs. As you can see here are my references from the Restaurant Association Educational Foundation and Real Simple. Thank you. My name was Bradley Scott, and have a great day.